And it looks like it's going to have to be modified straight out of the packet. So what's unusual about that? Welcome back to Garage K. Today I'm going to end the Pioneer discussion. It was suggested that absolutely, definitely, 100% it is a ground loop in my truck, and I fucked up the wiring. No. Watch this. Brand new Pioneer head unit in the display cabinet with $400 speakers connected to it. Not my wiring. Does the same thing. Now to address some other questions. Most common question is the truck finished? Is it moving? What's actually happening with it? And to answer that is kind of complicated. It is all together. It does move. It does drive very well. I still haven't bought another Odyssey battery to go in the correct battery location. I don't have time to go back and watch what I've already shown you. So I don't really know what you know and what you don't know. So here's a list of things. The head unit is in and it works. Yes, it has that buzzing noise, but I've decided that as the stereo wasn't a major part of this build, it's going to stay like that. If at some time in the future I want something better, then I'll buy it and I'll fit it. But it's good enough for now. It's not ever going to be in a sound quality competition, and the exhaust is so loud that it's not going to really make a difference. That's the end of that. Speakers are in the doors. They play. The one tweeter is mounted. I haven't done the passenger side tweeter yet because I haven't decided what I'm going to put around it. You know, how I'm going to actually build it in. So it's just taped there. The drive computer. I still haven't got a Defi ZD. I'm looking for one. I'll buy it when one is available. I haven't retrimmed the doors yet. I redid the doors like 3 times because I wasn't happy with them. I did actually finish them once and then wasn't happy with the way the trim turned out, and I put them back in the truck and realized that the glove box hit on the passenger side. What an epic fucking fail that was. So I basically had to completely rework the passenger side speaker pod. That's done. I still have a little bit of sanding left to do on it, but I've been focused more on getting the truck to drive the way I want. Now, does it drive? Yes, it does drive. The transmission is fine. The diffs are fine. But I've made a bunch of videos on those, and you'll hear more about that in the future. But with the timing that I got done, I changed the timing. I actually asked a friend to change the timing from 5 degrees up to 8 degrees, and the difference is phenomenal. Solid power all the way through the range, much better. So as far as the engine goes, the engine is done. Do I dare say that the engine is done? I'm not finished with the transmission. Am I? You're going to have to wait and see, actually. Am I finished with the diffs? No spoilers here. The suspension. I think I've decided on what suspension I'm going to put in the truck, but I haven't bought it yet. I'm waiting until I have enough money. The battery box. Someone told me that they didn't know what was happening with the battery box. I thought I showed you all exactly what was happening with that, but I guess not. At the moment, the truck is parked in a position that I can't actually show you, and I don't want to move it. The truck does drive fine, but I'm not happy with the way it drives. So I'm not driving it. I'm just driving the every van, and that's it. Once I'm happy with the way the truck drives, which should be in a few weeks, then I'll start driving it daily, maybe. But I'll probably start driving it before I do the suspension mods that I have planned. There's still a lot of things planned, all things that will get done. I've come far too far in this project to give up, so I'm going to do as much as I can to this truck Yeah, and the list of mods still to come are... Well, it's an extensive list. And then I'll start looking at engine mods. Oh, the wing! The wing! Somebody asked me about the wing that I made. I got a DA63 wing, I think, or DA64. It was a 63, 64, or 65 wing. I can't remember which one it was. I got one of those, I cut it in half, I joined it back together and sort of angled it like this. It was dead flat. I angled it like that to give it the same sort of roof line as my truck, which is a DB52. And it's ready for paint. I just haven't painted it yet. Well, is it ready for paint? Well, it's ready for spray filler. I've got it to the point where I'm happy with the shape of it. It just needs spray filler, or they call it surfacer here. It's like a fine, it's from a spray gun. I've even got it. I'm just, to be honest, I'm afraid to use it. It's going to go everywhere, and I don't want to waste it because it was expensive. It's only available in a gun. I can't get it in a spray, like a regular spray can. So I'm going to have to like mix it, and I'm going to end up making too much and waste the shit, which I don't want to do. So yeah, I'm working on other things too, not just garage related stuff. Anyway, watch this. Okay, so what do we have here? I'm going to unbox this. It is an Audio Frog RTA. If you don't know what an RTA is, it's a sound measuring device. Look it up on Google for the full description. I bought this one on the internet. I've always wanted one because it's kind of like the pinnacle of tuning. And now they are quite affordable. So I decided to pick one up and have a go at using one. Okay, now this RTA is specifically designed to work with a car. So here's a Velcro strap that goes around the headrest, and then there's this holder here that connects to the Velcro strap that holds the microphone about where your face would be, or your nose. It's made out of 3D printed plastic. Very good quality in my opinion. Next up we have the Audio Frog sound card. This plugs into your computer and allows you to plug things into it. Then we have the microphone here that plugs into the end of the 3D printed thing that I showed you before. And then we've got adapters on adapters. We've got extension cable, a business card with a serial number on it that is illegible. Well done, Audio Frog there. Can't tell if that is a 4 or a 6. So I'm going to have to email you before I can register this thing. Great. And finally, there's a CD in here that contains test tones and white noise and things like that to help you set up your crossovers and equalizers and things like that. And that's it. The Audio Frog UM1. Yeah, looks to be a nice bit of kit. I'll do a video on using this thing at a later date, so keep an eye out for that. Now, with any good car audio system, I will need a subwoofer. So what I'm doing here is just seeing what will fit, because this is really all of the space I have. I don't want to take away from the passenger side footwell very much, so yeah, what's going to fit? Don't know. So I'm just up here in the computer room, thinking about what I want to do with a sub for the carry truck. And I've made some sketches. I haven't figured out how much volume I have yet, but as you can see, I got 180 here where the cup holders are, and then 170 over where the aircon thing is, the airbox thing, aircon thing. So, and then I've got like 155 is a vertical from there down, and then 170 from here to here, and a diagonal up there. And what does that all mean? I don't have a lot of volume that I can play with. But one thing that does sort of worry me is that I go to all this trouble. Why don't I just go a powered sub, like one of those flat 8-inch things that sit underneath the seat? I was at Autobucks this afternoon and they put out quite a bit of bass. It's $200, spend it, done. And then that's really easy. Very low profile, low cost. I mean, at $200, the sub, if I buy an 8-inch sub, a good quality 8-inch sub for this box, provided that the box is actually big enough, has enough volume for a sub, then it's going to run me $200-300 just for the sub. Then I have to build the thing. I think even if I went with a powered sub, I'd still have to do some kind of custom work to get it integrated into the truck. I don't want to just slap it on the floor and call it done, because I don't do that. Powered sub in this case would actually be, for wiring wise, a lot more work than just running a regular sub at this point. So that's another thing to consider. I don't know what to do here. Note to self, you can't use an eraser as a screen touching thing. There we go. That is it for this video, guys. Thanks very much for watching. Like, subscribe, please. I'm still chasing 100 subscribers. See you later.